You've probably heard it 1,000 times. It's all about balance. But when you're juggling orders, content creation, family, and maybe even a day job, and of course, trying to take care of yourself on top of all of that, what does balance even mean? If you're like most handmade business owners, you've tried to do it all and ended up exhausted, discouraged, and wondering why balance feels more like a trap than a solution. So, in this video, I want to challenge that idea. I'm going to show you why balance doesn't mean doing everything perfectly and what to aim for instead so you can build a business and a life that actually feels sustainable. So, if you're ready to ditch the burnout and start growing your business in a way that honors your real life, hit that subscribe button. Balance doesn't mean spinning every plate at the same time without dropping anything. Let's be real, most of us grew up internalizing a very specific image of balance. It looks like a clean house, thriving business, organized calendar, healthy meals, workouts, social life, mindfulness practices, all executed flawlessly all at once. But that version of balance, it's unsustainable. You see, balance isn't about achieving a perfect score in every area of your life every single week. It's about tuning into what matters most right now, what weighs more or less, and honoring that without guilt. For example, there are seasons where rest is going to be your top priority. Other seasons will focus on growth, others, caregiving. The idea that everything has to be equally excellent at the same time just sets us up for failure. So, you can feel deeply balanced without having every part of your life in perfect working order. And it's not laziness, it's alignment. This is where my Balance and Thrive Starter Kit comes in. Inside, you'll find my favorite tool, the Wheel of Life. It's a simple visual exercise that helps you assess where you are right now and what part of your life is craving attention. Not to fix everything, but to guide your focus. So grab the Balance and Thrive Starter Kit using the link in the description and use it to get a snapshot of your life that feels grounding, not overwhelming. Now that we've cleared up the myth, let's talk about what balance really looks like, especially when you're building something as personal and passion driven as a handmade business. Real balance is going to look different every month, and that's the point. Instead of trying to be equally excellent in every area, what if you drop the shoulds and external expectations? What if you gave yourself permission to simply focus on what matters most this month? Some months your house might be a mess, and that's okay. Maybe you're deep in creative flow. Other months, you might spend more time recharging and less time marketing because your body needs rest. This doesn't mean you're failing, it means that you're adapting. And adaptation is the secret to sustainable success. Say that 3 times fast. What if you gave yourself permission to simply focus on what matters most this month? Some months your house might be a mess, and that's okay. Maybe you're deep in creative flow. Other months, you might spend more time recharging and less time marketing because your body just needs rest. This doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're adapting. And adaptation is the secret to sustainable success. This idea is backed by energy management research and the principles behind cyclical living. When we push ourselves to perform at max capacity in every area 24/7, we override our natural rhythms. But when we tune into our priorities and capacity, we reduce resistance and increase follow through. So you can give less energy to certain areas without neglecting them. And most importantly, without feeling guilty. You're allowed to redefine success season by season. Here's where the Wheel of Life exercise becomes your monthly check in. Instead of thinking, "Ugh, I need to get my life together," you get to say, okay, this area of life feels good and this one needs some nourishment. Let's just shift my focus there. And one of the best parts of this, you don't need to be perfectly consistent with this system. You're allowed to miss a month or 5. The Balance and Thrive Starter Kit is designed to welcome you back whenever you're ready. And it gives you a gentle way to pick up right where you are. If you haven't grabbed it yet, the Balance and Thrive Starter Kit is totally free, and it includes the Wheel of Life and more guided journal prompts to help you set nourishing priorities for your unique life. Okay, so we've reframed what balance is and isn't, but how do you stay grounded when your life and business are demanding different things at the same time? This is the biggest shift I want you to walk away with. Balance isn't about perfection, it's about capacity. Your nervous system, your energy, your schedule, they're not machines. They fluctuate. Your job isn't to max them out, it's to honor them. When you feel out of balance, it's often a sign that you're spending energy on things that aren't actually aligned, or that you're trying to meet a standard that isn't realistic for the season you're in. A study from Stanford University found that energy management, not time management, is the real key to productivity. That means building in rest, creativity, movement, nourishment, and boundaries, especially during growth periods. You don't need to force yourself into a rigid routine to feel balanced. You need to build a system that meets you where you are. Next up, I'm sharing my own journey, how I stopped spinning out, started honoring my capacity, and how I'm growing my business with way less effort and way more joy. But first, what part of your life is craving more nourishment right now? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to cheer you on. And just remember, you don't need to perfect your life to feel balanced. And you don't need fixing to grow your business. You just need the right support, a bit of clarity, and a whole lot of compassion for the season you're in. And speaking of seasons, in the next video, I'm walking you through the exact shifts I made to create more ease, clarity, and momentum in my business. Trust me, it's one you'll want to hear.